Hey, what's going on, guys? Got a video here. It's kind of a weird one because I'm probably going to be painting and ranting about Guild Wars 2. I didn't get to paint any of my guys during the beta weekend. That was this last Friday slash Saturday, Sunday. I got to play for a while. There was a crash. I guess the servers were being stressed out for a while, but I got a good time in there. So if my thoughts are incoherent because I'm doing two things at once and trying to concentrate. Right now, for my Grave Guard, I'm painting the helmets, and that'll be it for the chip paint. I did last I did was the boots, the belts, the middle chainmail area, covering their crotch, I guess, because skeletons, you need to protect their crotch, I guess, for some reason. The halberds, the shoulder pads, the breastplate. So all that's left is the helmets, for the chip paint at least. So I just take a little bit of this mithril silver here. The mithril silver gets, well, I guess I find that the metal paints get hard really quickly if you leave them out, or just in general over time. It's like what I'm doing here is just hitting the angles, the different angles on the helmets to give that chipped effect on the edges. So that's what I'm doing here with my Grave Guard. I just ordered some 40mm bases from eBay. My rank and file filler for my skeletons. I probably should have rank and file fillered for my Grave Guard, but I don't mind. Sometimes you'll splurge and do a little extra. So what I need for my vampire counts so far is 40 more skeletons, and I think that is it to buy. So it's not too bad because it'll be rank and file filling a great deal of them. So again, I'm just hitting the edges, but going back to what I was saying earlier, didn't get to hit any of these, finish it up. I probably could have finished it up, but, oh, and I ordered magnets. So again, I'm waiting to paint the bases because to hold the models like this and then place the magnets in there is a little difficult, and they didn't want to chip up the final product, so I'm waiting to base them as well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, going back to the beta. So the beta was really fun. I was a big Star Wars fan, so when Tor came out, I was having a blast with that, and it kind of got a little old, and so I kind of quit that. And Guild Wars 2, I started reading up on it, and I started really liking what they were doing with it, and so I said, you know what the hell, I'm going to buy the not pre-order, but the pre-purchase, and that gives you full access to their beta weekends, all their beta weekends when they occur. And I was like, you know, if I don't like it, I can let my girlfriend have it because she really likes it, and you know, win-win. I got to try it, and my girl gets to play it. So in the end, I really loved it. Some of the things, let me see what time, about 4 minutes. So let me see some of the things that I liked about it. Let's see, the major things. No Holy Trinity is probably one of the best things that game has going for it. There is no Holy Trinity. Everyone in their own profession, which is like the class, has the ability to stand their own on any situation. So if you're being attacked by mobs, you should be able to survive any mob, or escape from any mob, or handle any mob. If now you're taking massive amount of damage, every profession has their own healing ability. I played the Necromancer, the Engineer, which I'm going to be definitely playing. I love the Engineer. What else did I get into? I think that was it, really. I like the Necromancer and the Engineer, really. The Necromancer has a pet that they can pretty much eat or kill, or whatever you want to call it, absorb, and they get health back. Kind of like a Warlock. And then you have the Engineer has like a potion that they can drink, like an alchemic potion. Alchemic, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Oh, that's funny. Like a potion they drink and it heals you. It heals you for a good percentage. I wouldn't say it tops you off, but I'd say maybe like one. I don't know really what the scale is for that, but it's like 1/3 or even 2/3 might crit. I don't know, but it heals you for a good amount, and you can survive, you know, most attacks, most damage for like the oh my god button kind of thing. Let me see if I can get this into focus a little bit and put my hand behind it. Doesn't want to focus. Oh, there you go. So you can see the edges here. My Grave Guard champion. I gave him the axe. Everyone else has the halberds. I don't really like the halberds on these models, but I grow to like them. But I like the two-handed swords that the great swordsmen have. I wish I could afford to buy both sets just to convert them to hold the two-handed swords. But you know, they're still not bad. I like the models. I'm kind of going slow here, I guess, because I'm trying to talk and paint. This is the detailing part of the regiment here, so goes a little slower than the mass painting factory style that I usually tell you guys is faster to do. But once you get to detail, take your time a little bit. What was I at? All right. So that's the Holy Trinity. That pretty much reduces any. Reduces any Holy Trinity factor that you might have, because every class has that same kind of spell that they can use, or pet they can kill and then resummon whenever. Doesn't take too long to summon these creatures either, so the Necromancer doesn't really, you know, any of these pet summoning professions don't really get shafted, because you can kill your pet and then spend that extra time to summon that pet back. Of course, there's a cooldown on the heal, so everyone's at the same advantage/disadvantage on that, so that's always good. Same scale. There's no threat table that I saw, so you're not really having to fight for threat if you want to try to tank. It's just go all out. If you're getting the damage, just make sure you can have a heal on cooldown, or any of your awesome cooldowns that might deal a lot of damage to kill the mob quick. This guy had an easier helmet than the last guy. I guess his wings, had a lot of surface area on it. So that's the Holy Trinity. Real quick as well, since I'm running out of time, I really just wanted to do a little rant for 10 minutes here. The World vs. World was great. The PvP is great. There's hardly any cooldown. Everyone's playing it. You just go in, you get the same gear anyone else is going to have, same stats. It just really comes down to skill and how you play. If you don't know what you're doing, you can still win, because there's really not a lot of like one-shot abilities, two-shot abilities. You really gotta concentrate, just like in most games at that high level, because everyone becomes a level 80 when they go into PvP and get that gear. So you really gotta know what you're doing And if the person, you notice the person isn't really killing you and you can't really kill him, you can always run away. And that's one of the factors, is you gotta really lock down how to stop someone from running away quickly, because there are slowing effects and stuff like that, but you know, cooldowns on them and whatnot really can stop you from killing that character, because they'll just go, oh, see ya, and they can get away. I've done it. I've escaped. I've had people escape on me because I don't have that set up, or I just don't hit the right buttons in time, or my cooldowns are out of whack, etc., etc. So it's fun. It's very good scale. I'm not a very big PvPer, but I like the PvP there. What else? The PvP was great. A lot of... Oh, and there's just so many different skills. I love the weapon swapping in it. Like, you can swap different weapons, different combos to change your bar, your combat bar. You only get a certain amount of skills, which is great because it doesn't have you clicking all 20 of your buttons to have your rotation. There's really no such thing as a rotation. You can do your own rotation, of course, but there's nothing that's really like proccing off certain things. At least not what I saw at the low level. So, like, you know, I have to hit this to proc this that will lead into this. I didn't see any of that. It was, this does this, this does that. They both are really cool, so when my cooldown's ready for it, I'm just going to use it because it's awesome. So like in PvP or in PvE even, like if you're ranged, you shoot the, you know, shoot them, get their attention kind of thing as they come close. Like for the engineer, for example, use the blunderbuss thing that does like a lot of damage if they're getting close, up close. So as soon as they up close, blunderbuss them for lots of damage. Then hit the net, shoot the net at them. Then, you know, the normal shooting effect and whatnot. And then kind of like rinse and repeat, but that's like, you know, that's like your rotation, but it doesn't have to be your rotation. You can always switch weapons too. So like once that rotation's done, you can switch to 2 pistols and use the 2 pistols to poison them, and then bleed them, and then try to switch back to your gun and do the same thing again. So it's not just a rotation, but it's multiple rotations. You don't even have to switch out of that rotation. You can just sit there and shoot them and then wait for that rotation if you really want to. So that's fun. Figuring out what you like, because there's a lot. There's a good amount of professions, and each profession has a lot of different skills because you can pick up different weapons. The mesmer, which is like almost like a illusionist, warlock kind of thing, can have a sword and use that in combat just as well as a warrior or a guardian, etc. A lot of different classes or professions, excuse me, can use different weapons that you wouldn't even think they could use efficiently. But like I said, when that weapon gets slotted in, you get that new set of bars that you can use, which is just as good as any other weapon you might just pick up. It's really preference, and it's really cool. So that's that. I finished 5 guys right there for you in 10 minutes. Really slow, 13 minutes. So there's my rant. If you enjoyed it, cool. If you didn't, well, you didn't have to really watch it all the way then. Enjoy your afternoon, guys.